Hello, for those of you just joining me online, my name is Stanley Porter, certified personal trainer and nutrition coach, and also co author of the book, The Wait Is Over. I'm talking to you today about 3 ways that this quarantine life has impacted my health and fitness. So, when I say quarantine life, I'm not referring to, those of us who have, been infected with the coronavirus and are actually on quarantine. I mean, the rest of us who are under stay at home advisories, stay at home orders, obeying curfews, and we're just kind of in the house a lot and not moving around as much. There are some real health implications for that. So I'm going to get into the ones that have impacted me. And before I do that, it's important to look at what my lifestyle was like before the pandemic hit my area. So I'm a personal trainer who gets up usually at 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. I've got to get ready to go work with an early morning client, or I'm going to work out myself. So I've probably ingested a protein shake by that time that I've left the door, or had a light meal. So my metabolism is already starting to rev up, which is great. So I'm a mobile trainer. So when I get to where I'm going, it's not like everything's all set up. I usually have a storage space where I keep some kettlebells, dumbbells, and other weights, and resistance bands and the like, med balls. So I'm going into the storage space and I'm pulling out, equipment. Shout out to all the clients that, after the session is over, say, Stan, I love to help you put this stuff back. So shout out your personal trainer in the comments if you've got a trainer, or if you are a trainer, you know, give me a thumbs up or something like that. Let me know, we all in this together. But anyway, I'm moving, constantly moving. Midday, same thing. I'm driving to a couple of clients. I'm parking my car. I'm walking to where they are. In the evening, kind of a mixture. Got a couple of clients I'm driving to, couple at the community center. I'm moving. And during the sessions, I am actually demonstrating exercises to the clients. So I'm working out too. And most of the times, I'm getting a second workout in, like just organized time for me at the end of the day. I was a mover, right? And I was burning about 3,000 calories a day. Now, that's a lot. So I had to eat to sustain that lifestyle. So I'm ingesting 2,500 to 3,000 calories every day. Now, when everything slowed down, I didn't change the way I was eating. I was still eating that much. And guess what happened? All those carbs that were unused were turning to fat, unwanted weight. So my diet began to work against me because my lifestyle changed. Okay, so sometimes you have to, you know, reassess things. Has your lifestyle changed, and is your diet meeting the new lifestyle and the new goals? Okay, so what am I doing as a result? What I'm doing is I'm kind of cutting carbs. That's the best way to put it. But I think a better way to say is I'm restructuring my carb intake, because I'm not cutting them out completely because my brain needs carbs to function. However, I can do without the bread. So I've been off of bread for a few weeks. And then I'm going to switch from my cereals that I eat, which are healthy cereals, your Cheerios and your standard variety Wheaties. But because of what I'm doing for my goals, getting rid of those is going to be essential to dropping some weight and lowering my body fat percentage. So I will swap the cereals out for oatmeal, which has more protein, more fiber, and fewer carbs than the cereals that I previously mentioned. So one size does not fit all when it comes to fitness, but you got to try things out. So I don't know what works for you. I mean, do you prefer to cut carbs when you're trying to lose weight? Definitely hit me up in the comments. Let me know what your strategy is, or if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you. The second thing besides weight gain that has impacted me is decreased stamina. My ability to do things for long periods of time without getting tired. So I'll share with you a funny story. A few weeks ago, my mom called me and said, help me. I'm going to the store. I need you to help me get some things. So, she gets these 4 cases of bottled water. And, those things are heavy. Like, I don't know, something like 15, 16, 20 bottles in a case. So we get back to her place and, I've got to go up the stairs to bring those up. And I'm already breathing heavy. And when we get to the top of the stairs, she says, listen, I want you to take some to the elderly lady that lives on the floor above me. So I got to keep walking up the stairs with these water weights. And I'm like totally out of breath. I want to crawl at this point. Real talk. And it's not just when I was helping her, even with nothing in my hand going up and down the stairs during this time, I have to manage my breath, I find. And what's the cause for that? I'm just not moving as much. So I'm losing, my body's losing its ability to handle long periods of activity without getting tired. Solution, more cardio. I'm not a big fan of running and jogging, but I realize I gotta do what I gotta do. So because I can't do martial arts, because of social distancing, which is great cardio, I can't do the weight training as much as I used to, and to the level of intensity, because the gyms are closed. So I got to start with the jogging and the running. My calves are tight even as I'm talking. I got to stretch out, but so I take it in small increments, because since it's not something I enjoy, I'm not going to just run into something I don't enjoy and do a bunch of it. It's just going to be counterproductive. So I start with 10 minutes, 10 minutes a day. That's what I started with. I would go out and just do whatever, walk, jog, and eventually I knew I wanted to get up to 15 minutes. And the quality is what counted. I could go for quantity and say I'm going to be out there for a half an hour, but my goal was to get to a mile in 15 minutes. And so I started doing everything, in small increments. And eventually, I made it. So I'm up to making a mile in 15 minutes a few times a week. So I'm already starting to feel that my cardiac efficiency is getting better. So you got to move more. If you are losing your stamina, find ways to move. So I've got an exercise class that I actually run online, so that might be an option. I'll tell you more about that later if you don't have any other way to do this. The third issue that I've been dealing with is general stiffness in my body. So I can actually tell you the 3 areas where I'm the most stiff these days: my neck and shoulders, sometimes my lower back, and one of my knees, sometimes my knees. And that's because I know what the cause of that is. That's because I'm seated a lot at a computer, like most of you, during this time period. And I'm angled downward, typing and looking. And the muscles that are connected to the spine are engaged constantly. So the spine is angled like this, the cervical spine, and the muscles that are attached are like that too. And so it causes a lot of discomfort and stiffness. The muscles around my knee is constantly flexed in a sitting position most of the day. They're staying in the place of tension all the time. Discomfort, being seated all the time, particularly if we have a little extra weight on our body, causes compression in the lower back, the lumbar area, and your erector muscles can get tight as well. And all those nerves that are, kind of intertwined in all those areas can be, compressed too, if you want to call it that. So what am I doing about it? And what you can do, you can start stretching more. You got to get up and stretch more. I took some yoga and Pilates classes as professional development when I was becoming a personal trainer. And those are not activities that I do a lot, but in order to relieve myself of this tension, this stiffness, I've had to do these exercises. With the martial arts, I've taken a couple of years of Tai Chi, so I've had to, get up and, do these exercises to relieve the tension in my body. So if you need some, ideas in terms of things to do, you can definitely go on Google and do your research. But if you want a personal touch and to talk to somebody who's in the field, you definitely can reach out to me or your trainer. They haven't forgot about you during this time. So do me a favor, if there were any points that I've spoken about today, weight gain, stiffness, reduced stamina, that you want to know more about, feel free to get at me in the comments. Be a good Samaritan. There might be some good information in here that somebody could use. Go ahead and tag them so that they can see this video and get the benefit from it like you are. I want to let you know, as I close this out, about a couple of things. I mentioned before that I'm the co-author of a book called The Wait Is Over. It's It's a great resource. It's it's the story, a memoir of one of my fitness mentors who helped me lose 25 pounds. I was eating poorly, which led to some light obesity in my life. She was eating poorly, but the root of her decision making was depression. She talks about that in the book, and how she overcame this. And she passed that information along to me, which just blessed my life. And then so we put it together and pass it along to you. So you can go to Amazon, and the book is called The Wait is Over by Stanley Porter and Nikquisa Nunn. I tell you our names because there are other books with the same title. So look for The Wait is Over by Stanley Porter and Nikquisa Nunn. Also, if you're looking for a way to move and to stay healthy and you don't have any other options, you need some accountability, you can go to stanleyporter.net, and my group classes, I do a couple of morning group classes a week, and you can feel free to register and find out more about those services. Remember, it's not adversity that makes you stronger. It's actually what you do during adversity that makes you stronger. So while we're all going through this, make some good decisions because it's going to change. It's going to get better. I really believe that. And when it does, I want you to be ready to take the world by storm, to not start at square one, but to pick up probably where you left off with a better attitude and a better level of fitness. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.